HEG, that's the stock in focus on the back of news that the company is looking to raise its stake in Bhilwara Energy Limited. Now, to discuss this and more, we're joined by Mr. O.P. Ajmera, the Group CFO of the company. Hi, Mr. Ajmera. Thanks so much, sir, for joining in. Well, if you could tell us first, what's the rationale of you all doing this, that you're increasing your stake to around 49%? It was an associate company, it continues to remain an associate company. And also, if you could tell us, since it's a power company, do you all buy power from them? And post this, will you all get power at a cheaper rate?
Okay. You see, this Bhilwara Energy Limited has got three investors, FIIs, and two of them are sitting there for last 10 years. And their funds come to an end, and they have been requesting us to buy their shares. And they approached us, and what we did is that we got the independent valuation done by a reputed chartered accountant firm. And based on that valuation, we agreed to buy their share at ₹50 per share, which is equivalent to 5 crore per megawatt of the company. And since you know that going right now, construction cost of the highly hydropower project is more than 12 crore per megawatt, and these are the operating assets, and there is no construction risk. So we believe that 5 crore per megawatt is quite a very, very reasonable price to buy the shares and increase the stake in the group company. And we are buying 10% shares from the investors and 10% shares from our group company, Rajasthan Spinning and Weaving Mills Limited, to increase the stake to 49%.
Okay. And how will you be funding this?
From the internal accruals of the company.
Okay.
From your internal accruals?
Yes.
How much cash do you have in your books?
It's about 1,200 crores.
200 crores.
1,200 crores.
1,200 crores. But Mr. Ajmera, you all did a buyback after that, right? Even after the buyback still?
It's after the buyback.
Okay, after the buyback. And out of this 1,200, you are spending around 160 crores.
162 crores.
Okay. Once you get power from BEL, what would be the reduction in your operating costs or expenditure?
No. We are not buying power from the BEL. BEL is the independent power producer, and they are selling their power in the market.
Right. Mr. Ajmera, you also mentioned that you all are buying this stake, this 20% stake from PE as well as some group companies. Have you just pull up a graphic plate? I was looking through RSWM, which is a group company. Out there, in fact, they had close to an 18% stake in this entity. That's Bhilwara Energy Limited. We should get that graphic plate up. Are you all buying this part of the stake from RSWM? If yes, how much will flow to RSWM?
RSWM will get around 84 crores.
RSWM will get 84 crores?
Yes.
Okay, and the remainder, so you're buying, more than 50% of this money, that is 162 crores, will go to RSWM?
Yeah, it's about that, because we are buying 20%, and you see, we wanted to increase this share even beyond 51% to make it a subsidiary of this HEG Limited in order to have the top line, to merge the numbers of the subsidiary company on the top line, the bottom line.
Yeah.
But I believe there is a restriction from the company law point of view that you can't have a more than 2 layers subsidiary. And Bhilwara Energy Limited itself has got 2 layers of subsidiary. Therefore, HEG cannot make another subsidiary in the form of Bhilwara Energy Limited. And that's the reason we are restricting our buying up to 49% only. So whatever is available from our investors, which is about 9.8%, so we are buying 10.2% from Rajasthan RSWM in order to make it 49%.
All right.
Okay. What is the current return on cash and the return on investments that HEG makes?
Yeah, it's going to be 11 to 12% as far as the power assets is concerned. In HEG's investment and the return on the power companies is going to make about 11 to 12% return.
Okay.
And on the remaining, you said you have 1,200 crore of cash. Of that, about 160 crore comes to BEL. So on the remaining 1,000 odd crores, what is the kind of return that you make?
That is about 7 to 8%.
So how do you calculate this, sir? This 11 to 12% that you're talking about?
We are calculating the return on investment in the Bhilwara Energy Limited and proportionate share to the HEG Limited is about 11%.
Okay, all right. So, short point, you believe that this investment will be more lucrative than the current 7 to 8% that you're getting?
Yes.
You know,
as I explained to you, the valuation of this company in today's scenario is coming to 5 crore per megawatt.
Yeah, in comparison to 12 crores that's there in the open market, right?
Yeah, so it's a quite lucrative deal from HEG's point of view.
Why is the valuation of BEL so low?
You see, this has been done by independent chartered accountant firm Grant Thornton, and you know that these projects are, we don't have a long-term PPA, it's a merchant power plant, and the valuation is done by DCF method. They came to a conclusion that the value per share is about 50 rupees,
Right.
and which is in turn out to be 5 crore per megawatt.
Sure.
It appears, that money, 84 crores will flow to RSWM. I'm just looking at RSWM. No, we should get that stock as well. We've got that line flashing for you on the screen. The current market capitalization is around 460 crores. We are aware that RSWM, in their books, they have a debt of more than 1,000 crores. So 84 crores go to RSWM. So maybe, in fact, we should pull up that stock as well. On the back of the commentary here, in the release, it wasn't mentioned anywhere. And in fact, but now we understand that 84 crores of this goes to RSWM. Let's talk about business then. If you could tell us, how have graphite electrode prices moved in this year, in the first 3 months, if you have to compare it with, the average of last year, or you could tell us as on date as well, what is the rough pricing? How much lower is it in comparison to the average price of 2018?
Yeah, on this side, let me tell you that we are in the midst of finalizing our accounts, and very soon we will be coming with the audited results. And I think that would be the appropriate time when we are ready with the audited results to discuss all these numbers.
Okay. Mr. Ajmera, just a long-term projection. I was reading a Macquarie note where they say the EBITDA per ton for HEG's margins was close to about $10,000 per ton in FY19, and that could fall to $5,000 per ton in FY 2021. Do you think that is a realistic scenario?
That, as I said, that we'd like to discuss once we have audited results with us, and the outlook of the market also we would like to discuss when we are ready for that.
Okay, Mr. Ajmera, let's at least try to get this detail out of you. Earlier this year, the management has joined us here on CNBC-TV18. I've attended various of your con calls as well. You all have been promising a dividend payout of around 30%, but that was before you all announced this buyback. Is that dividend payout of 30% still due? You've already paid, I think, roughly only around 30 rupees of dividend, or was that in lieu of the buyback?
See, as per policy, our payout ratio is 35 to 40%.
Right. But now you'll have done the buyback, right? So does the is the buyback in lieu of this dividend payout, or, after the buyback, yet shareholders will be hoping for this?
Yeah, obviously that was in lieu of the dividend only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Ajmera, thank you very much for joining in and providing that clarity. So that is HEG for you. Let's slip into a very short break on that note. On the other side, the Sensex made its all-time high yesterday. The Nifty hit fresh record levels today. We'll get chatting with Adrian Movat, the emerging market equity strategist, on the other side.